day to be great. I'm pumped to show you guys this new app I just learned how to make. It's like a timeline that you can use, an online timeline app that we will be using a lot to display our different projects throughout the year. So I'm going to just refresh so you can see the animations. See how it flows? That is an awesome way. Instead of a project using just simply PowerPoint, we can now display our timeline work with this cool app. And this app is responsive. So let me go like to a phone. Now it looks like that. And then I refresh and it is flowing. So yeah, history of entrepreneurs, history of the internet, just the timeline of anything. This is an awesome project to do, fun activity. All right, so let's get started. So the way you want to start it off is let's create a new folder, and I'm gonna call it timeline app. All right. In my video, in the description of this video, I have the images. Go ahead and download the images, and remember to name the folder images, and then drop that in that new folder you created. And then take your timeline app and drop it into Visual Studio Code. Okay? And I'm going to make that full screen, and I'll close the project one. All right, it's now ready to go. So let's create our index.html, and let's create our CSS folder, and inside there let's go style.css. Perfect. Starting with HTML, let's start off with the structure, like the setup. Just put the exclamation point and press enter. We can give it the title timeline app. Let's go ahead and link our style sheet. So you can just go link, press enter, and then it's going to be CSS and style.css. And then also what I would like is to put a nice font. I've been liking Railway, this one. And let's go with 400 regular. If you prefer a different one, no problem. You can do that. You got the freedom to do that. See this where it says link? Let's go ahead and grab that, copy, and put that right under there. Link. Nice. Now to start with the structure or setup part of your CSS. Let's make a comment here. And we'll start off with our universal styles. Okay. Use the universal selector. And we're going to do margin 0. Padding 0. So we can go back to right here. This is where we put font family. Copy that. Put that here. So that means all the words on our page is going to be this font. And then let's go box sizing, border box. Great. Save. Okay. Styling is organized. Let's go back to our HTML. First, we're going to start off with a class called div. Here's a new interesting shortcut that will help you. So if you're using a lot of divs, right, you can already identify the class. So we'll go dot timeline. This is the class name I want to use, dot timeline. And then if I press enter, see, I would already set it up as a div, and then it gave it the class, and then enter. This is a great way on how to set it up, and it saves time. We're going to do that again, but with container, boom, boom. So all that's going to be inside the container. And then we're going to do it one more time. Dot text dash box. Okay? Boom. Boom. Simple, much quicker setup. And then save that. Alright, so now in this text box, I'm going to, just as a template and for this activity, I'm going to do company names as the timeline, but for our project, if we're doing like our entrepreneurship, like researching entrepreneurs, or if we're researching the timeline of the internet, that's what we're going to end up putting in our text boxes. But for here, I just got companies. So we got an H2, and the first one's going to be Alphabet Inc., which is actually Google, and then small, we're going to do just some dates, area to put dates in there. Good. And then finally we're going to put a paragraph tag, and just for now, for template purposes, we're just going to get some placeholder text. Can maybe get just one sentence. Copy that. I'm going to put that right there. Perfect. Save. All right, now we can check it out. Go live. Again, for those that are new to my lessons, if this is your first time using Visual Studio Code, to find the Go Live button, you have to click Extensions. You can type Live Server right here, but it looks like, where is it? Right here. It looks like that. And then you'll just click Install if you're new to Visual Studio Code. Okay. Alright, so right now, that is what our site looks like. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Let's add some styles in here now. So for our body, go body, whoops. There we go. Body, we're going to give it a background of hashtag 2E364A. Okay. And now for our timeline section. Timeline. Let's get some curly braces in there. Let's go position. Relative. Max width. And then let's give it a margin. Margin, remember, is this space outside of your box. Margin, we're going to go 100 px, top and bottom. And then auto for left and right. Right and left. Good. So we got our words with a little bit more space now. All right. So now we're going to style up our container. Put that there. Container, braces. All right, let's give it some padding. 10 px, that's for top and bottom. And then 50 px for right and left. Position relative to its parent. And then width is going to be 50%. Awesome, awesome. There we go. Let's check it out. All right. It's our container. And now for our, let me see. We got the text box. We did timeline, container, and now we got text box. Let's grab that. Make sure it's spelled correctly so that we're targeting the right thing. Paste that text box. All right. So now let's go padding. $20px top and bottom. And then 30 px right and left. We're going to put the background to be white. Again, position relative. Oops. And border radius. What does the border radius do again? It rounds out our edges. So we're going to go 6px rounded on each corner. And we're going to adjust the font size. 15px. Great, great. All right, so now you can see, boom, rounded out. Edges rounded out. Awesome. Okay. So now let's go to our HTML. And so for our timeline, we're going to have multiple elements that we are displaying, right? So what we're going to do is copy this container. We're going to copy this container multiple times. First, we're going to go 4 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Total of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Save. Good. Alphabet, alphabet, alphabet. So let's change those words in there. First one's going to be alphabet, which is Google. Next, we're going to go with Amazon. Change the dates. Next, we got Tesla. And then we got Toyota. Good. Save. Check it out. There you go. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so now though for our timeline, we want them to be staggered, right? On either side. So to stagger them, what we're going to do is add on the first one, we're going to give it left container. You can copy this, add it for all of them, paste, 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 but then for every other one, so left container, and then this one go right container. Oops. Right container. Save. Okay. Right container. Now with that, paste this here, put a dot. We got left container. Let's go left 0. Save, and then let's go paste it, but let's put it to right container, curly braces. And this one's going to be left 50%. And there, got a little staggered look now. Alphabet, Amazon, Tesla, Toyota. Very nice. Okay, so now though, let's add the logos. Let's add our logos for each company. The way to do that is we're going to go, here's the first one, right under where it says container. Let's go IMG. And the source is images. And our first one was Google. In the alt, remember the alt is good to help with accessibility, in that when you're building your website and a picture doesn't load, these are the words that will end up showing up. So that's the Google logo. So you want to put a simple description describing what picture is on there. So we'll copy this, put it under this one, and it's going to be Amazon, and here Amazon. This one was Tesla. And Toyota. Logo. All right, boom. So you see our pictures are pretty big there. Okay. Make sure everything's correct. All right, so now let's get some styles going on in here. So we'll go here. And we're going to start off with container, space, IMG, curly braces, there you go. And we're going to go position, absolute. Okay. Width, we want to be 40 px. Border radius, remember we're rounding it. We want a nice clean circle, so that's going to be 50%. Right, negative 20 px. Top, oh, let's go 32 px, and then z index. This is the layers of the page. So if you can see right now, we don't see them, but when we do z index 10, semicolon. Oh, it was already there. Save that. Now they pop up and we can now see them. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Now, as you can see, we got these logos right here on the right side. We want them here, like in our timeline. So what we'll end up doing is, let's go dot right container space img, and let's go left. We want that to be negative 20 px. Cool. Save. There we go. So now our images are now in a nice looking line. Cool? Cool, cool. Okay, let's style some of this, like our titles in here first. So with that, we're gonna go. So remember here, we got our text box, and we're gonna focus on the H2 and the small. So let's go dot text box. Oops. H2. There we go. And let's go font weight 600. Save that. Good. And then again, whoops, gotta copy this right here. And now we're focusing on the small. Small. Okay, we're gonna go display inline block. Margin bottom 15 px. Awesome. Save. All right. See, you got a nice little space now with your titles and your words right there. All right, so now let's create an arrow, like some arrows, so that it signifies where we're at. Like, I mean, it relates to its logo. So we're gonna do, so we just did that. So we're gonna create enter. Here, we're gonna create span. In the span, we're gonna go class equals left container dash arrow. So it's going to be an arrow. We can copy this, copy, and let's put it paste. This one's going to be right. And right here, again, arrow, paste. And then this one is going to be right again. Okay, so now let's style this up so that we can create something that looks like an arrow. So we'll go dot, whoops. There we go. So we're going to go left container arrow, left container arrow, and then let's go height 0, width 0, position absolute, top, I want it to be 28px, z-index 1. Border, yeah, border top, we're going to go 15px, space, solid, and then transparent, border bottom, again 15px, solid, transparent, and then border left 15px, solid, and we're going to put it red for now. And then let's go right, negative 15px, semicolon. Let's save that. Let's look at it. All right, so you see how we got a cool little arrow going right there. Now to put it on these ones, we can simply just copy this and paste, save, but as you see, oh, where did it go? Oh, because I did left. Save, but then change this to right. So we got left container, right container arrow. So but we see we got the arrow on this right side. We want it over here for this one on the left side. So all we got to do is just switch these around. Make that right. Make that left. And save. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. And so it doesn't stand out, so we want it just to blend with our content areas, our text boxes. Make that white. Boom. Now it's flowing. There you go. Look at that. Creating it little by little. Okay, so now let's create a line. A line in there like a normal, like a normal timeline. Okay, so let's do here. And before we make the line, let's add 2 more elements. So remember, here's our container, and we got 2 divs. We're leaving 1 div. That div is the one that closes the whole timeline. So copy that, paste, paste, just 2 more. We got Toyota. So we got left, right, Toyota. So this one is going to be left. And instead of Toyota, we're going to do right there. And this one's going to be left for the arrow. And this one could be right, but we're going to do YouTube. YouTube. And that one stays right. Oh, and we got to change the words in here. So YouTube and . And flip cart. Okay. Save. All right, so we got the logos, we got YouTube, so we got all 6 companies, and now let's make that line. Let's make our line. Okay, so the way we're going to make our line is in our CSS. It's going to be in animation. So we're going to scroll up. Let's scroll up to, where are we at? Right here. Timeline is there. All right, we're gonna go right here. After right container image. Right container img. Enter, enter. I want you to do timeline. And then put the pseudo class after curly braces. And we're gonna go content. Position. Absolute, yes. Width 6 px. And we're gonna height 100%, semicolon. Background, we want it to be white. Top to be 0. Left -3 px. No. I want left to be 50%. And then the margin left to be -3 px. Alright, there we go. And then the z index to be -1. Awesome. Save. There you go. So now we have the line. Sweet, sweet. If you want to make it thicker, you can work on the width. But there, we got a static timeline right there. But now let's add some interactivity, like some animations. The way to do that is, let's go animation. We're going to call it move line. Move line. 6 seconds, like a second each. Linear forward and save. And now to make it move, you have to do this new thing I just learned. It's at key frames. And remember, move line, that's what we're calling it. Move line, curly brace, and inside of that we're going to go 0%, curly brace there. At 0%, the height is going to be 0. And then 100%. At 100%, the height is going to be 100%. Boom. All right, let's check it out. Boom. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We got the line flowing. And then every time you refresh it, it'll do it. Skills. I'm telling you, yo, your projects are going to look fresh. Hand a project in like this, your teacher's going to be pumped. Okay. So now we got the line moving. Now let's make the boxes moving as well. Let's have the boxes moving too. So to do that, let's go up to container, because each of these is a container, right? Container. Let's go animation. We're gonna call this one move down. It's gonna move at 1 second. Remember, the line was moving at 6 seconds, so we want that to match up. So each container is gonna open up at 1 second, so that now our line and our container is gonna line up. Linear forwards, and then okay, occupancy. Simply what this is makes it not seen. So like each container, you're not going to see it until the 1 second. Okay, so now enter here. Again, we're going to do our keyframes. We called it move down. Sweet. And then curly braces, and then again 0%. That's 0%, meaning like right at the beginning. We want it to be visible, and then transform, translate y -30 px. Okay, save that, and then at 100%, we want it to be 1 again. And we can copy this right here. Transform, yep, translate, but now it's 0px. Good. Good. But as you can see, let me refresh that. All of the boxes are flowing at the same time. See that? All of them are flowing as we refresh. So to make them individual, we're going to start learning about the child effect. Okay, so we're going to go container, and then use the pseudo class nth child, and the first one is 1, and put curly brace, enter, and let's go animation delay. And for the first one, we want it to start right away. So no delay. Excuse me. No delay on the first one. So 0 seconds. And we got a total of 6. So copy that. Paste, paste, paste. Let's change this up. So that's 1, so 2. And then here, a delay of 1 second. 3. Delay of 2 seconds. See how I'm timing it up? 4, delay of 3 seconds. We need 5 and 6. 5, 6. 5, delay of 4 seconds. And 6, delay of 5 seconds. Good. Save that. Now let's check it out. Refresh. Boom. Boom. Skills. Skills. Very good. Hey, even just that, let's be proud of that. Good job, team. All right, so now one last thing. So like if somebody pulls this up on a smaller screen, let's inspect. Let's put it smaller. See how that's going to be all jumbled up. We don't want that. So what we're going to do is let's go to the very end and let's add, copy this, go to the very end. Now let's add some media queries. Okay, so at media screen and all right, so for the max width at hold on, there we go 600 px, and I'll show you how I found that number. So here it's all looking good, but things start to really get jumbled up right there, and it gets really thin. See that? So under 600. So once it's under 600, then things are going to change, and then they just start falling off the page. Right? Okay. So I'm going to put it just under 600 so we can see these changes. We're going to start off with timeline. Here we go. Dot timeline curly braces. All right. So we're going to go margin. And I want it to be 50 px. Top and bottom, and then auto. Okay. Let's save that. And then top timeline again, but focusing on our pseudo class. We're going to go after curly braces, and our left is going to be 31 px. Save. Okay. What we just did, as you can see, we took the line that was in the middle, and instead of it being in the middle, it's going to be to the left. We're going to stack them all straight on top of each other. So we've made the line to the middle. I mean to the left. Okay, so now to get them all not staggered, but all in a straight line, we're going to go container. Width now, instead of 50%, we're going to do 100%. Padding left to be 80 px, and padding right to be 25 px. Save. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Now, there with the container, we got 100%, padding left 80 px, padding right 25 px. Good. Let's go dot text box. Make the font sizes a little smaller. $13 px. semicolon, and then our small section. Gotta do this. Margin bottom, just to clean up little things. 10px. There you go. Save that. Okay. So now we got this, and now we need these guys to be over to the left. The way to do that is, let's get our right container, left, zero, semicolon. All right. Okay. So now we got them in a line, but now our logos are off. So let's get our logos organized. The way to do that is, let's go dot left container space img, comma, right container space img, curly braces, and let's go left 10px. Save that. There you go. We got all of our logos now in line. And now we need to get our arrows. Instead of our arrows being staggered, we need these ones to be over here. So let's do kind of the same thing. Left container arrow, comma, and right container arrow, curly braces. Okay, it's going to be border right. We want that to be 15px. Solid 1, 2, 3, and then border left 0 and left negative 15px. All right, let's save that. Let's check it out. Boom, we got our arrows all in line. Let me refresh, and now we see the flow. Sick. Awesome. Be proud of yourself, team. Way to work, way to work. All right, so let's look. That looked nice. Right here, let me close that. And that is fresh right there. Well, there you have it. You got your nice little timeline app. Throw out the paper. Don't forget PowerPoint. PowerPoint is great, but shock your teacher by turning in your next timeline as a digital app.